Hi, I'm Blair. Welcome to A Geezer's Perspective. I'm spending way too much time and getting way too upset about the state of our government. It seems hopeless. Should I just turn off the news? Cancel my newspaper subscriptions? I'm getting too old to dig them out of the snowbanks anyway. Should I just give up? When I have these dark thoughts, I turn to the great thinkers in my lifetime. George Carlin was my all-time favorite philosopher. What would he have to say? And what about the thinking of a couple of his philosopher-comedian predecessors? Well, here's a sample of their views. Can you identify which one is Carlin? Number one, patriotism is supporting your country all the time and your government when it deserves it. Two, be thankful that we're not getting all the government we're paying for. Three, in America, anyone can become president. That's the problem. Well, that's also George Carlin's view from back in the 80s, I think. Support patriotism always and government when it's deserved is from Mark Twain, popular during the Civil War. Then Will Rogers, be thankful we're not getting all the government we were paying for, from the Roaring '20s era. So you might say, okay, these were three smart aleck comedians. What's your point? I guess my point is that although public dissatisfaction with government is by most measures at an all-time low now, maybe that's just a given. Not suggesting that we shouldn't continue trying to improve, but perhaps we are people just being people, flawed, fighting wars since the beginning of recorded history. I must confess, I've fallen victim to worrying about our future. I've even heard myself say, I'm glad I don't have grandchildren. I would fear for their future. Well, I think that's utter nonsense. By almost any measure, mankind is better off now than it was 200 years ago. Plato, don't know if he was a comedian, but certainly respected as a philosopher, opined that democracy risks bringing dictators, tyrants, and demagogues to power, leaders without proper skills or morals, and that it is quite unlikely that the best equipped to rule will come to power. 400 BC or so, those comments. The hot comedians of 50 years from now will probably joke deservedly about our current incompetent leadership. And people will still be people. Most of them doing their best to make the world a better place, changing the things that can be changed. So I'm not giving up. I'm just going to quit wasting time whining and listening to people whine about our government while doing all I can to make it better. It seems to me that the quality of government that we have today is just like gravity. It's an unchangeable reality of life. I'll end with a truly annoying but profound statement. It is what it is. Well, what do you think? Leave a comment. I hope you find these thoughts interesting and will share in my adventures by becoming a subscriber to A Geezer's Perspective.